Told you you so extra, but I know I'm the same. Love me in spite of my trauma. Give me what I need instead of the drama. Cause when it pop off, it's like, oh my, all good all day, but the night we be going so hard on the flip side. So tell me what we on a day, babe. I could keep that same energy. When you go low, I go low too. But you'd rather stay high, I know you. Can we stay high, babe? I'd rather be on that wave, tryna control our emotions. If we on the right side of passion, we could share love in the ocean. But if you wanna go insane either way, baby, we could go all night. We could do it all night. We could go all night, all night. Do we heal, do we bleed? I'ma follow your lead, but we could go all night. Now all of my calls go to voicemail. I block you so I don't raise hell. Should've talked through it in detail. Our separate ways ain't gon' end well, no. But when we get back, it's like, oh my, all bad all day, but the night I get that good till we act right. So tell me what we on a day, babe. I could keep that same energy. When you go low, I go low too. You'd rather stay high, I know you. Can we stay high, babe? I'd rather be on that wave, tryna control our emotions. If we on the right side of passion, we could share love in the ocean. But if you wanna go insane either way, baby, we could go all night. We could do it all night. We could go all night, all night. Do we heal, do we bleed? I'ma follow your lead. Yeah. We could go all night.
I've been calm, cool, collected, but you pushing on my nerves. And I'm knowing your attention, I'm under pressure. Okay, I'm admitting that a couple things I said got acidic in the tone. In the presence, I get careless. Long as you know I come with imperfections. When you look at me, you see the soul through my flesh. You something special. Know you looking bomb, the way you dressing gone. Flex it, hold it still and let my mind digest. You got the leverage. You got the upper handle on the situation. You worthy of a million more of the storms that we weathered. We fight retreating different, but you trying to kill the cycle. When nobody's stressing that body like me, I know the way you like it. I treat you like a queen, run the castle, you a treasure. Feel like you setting fire to my desire for the pleasure. You a gem, got me blim, this nigga men's, know you can, I'm out here.
Tryna control our emotions. If we on the right side of passion, we can share love in the ocean. But if you wanna go insane either way, baby, we could go all night. We could go all night. We could go all night. Do we heal, do we bleed? I'ma follow your lead, but we could go all night.
NathanIvey.com. Mr. Ivy know the show must go on. And far as Cincinnati, man, I put on. Tunes made another flame beat for me to cook on. Raised dogs, close fish, yeah, too strong. Team AI, top it up at the chop shop. Top notch with the king flow, the hot shot. Top squats in, listen to the real. Jumping like hopscotch, nobody harder than, oh, no, think not. Not only citywide, but nationwide. Superlatives, keep it locked like them Haitian guys. Put the truth in the airwaves, we talk about it. Brand new like the templates, let's be about it. Who got the info by the AM? John O. B. the rapper, got them jamming when they play him. Staying in my lane, they ain't gotta okay him. Who the host with the scoop? Yeah, they gon' say him. Ivy, so superlative like a bag of Grippos. Show you where the bricks at, Cincinnati Reds at. One time where my people at. Team NI where my people at. It's the 513, yeah, you know the flow. What's the word, Nate? Let them know the show. One time where my people at. Team NI where my people at.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Welcome back. Lots to talk about. When keeping it gangster goes too far. Plus, I want to keep you up to date with a few things that happened over the weekend I think you should know about, including the passing of a new drunk driving law. Have you heard about this? I think I like this idea, quite honestly. Yeah, it's a new law. Apparently, a woman lost some people very close to her after a drunk driver collided with her family's vehicle. And in response to it, she decided to, try to push the laws in a way that would further disincentivize people from drunk driving. Now, I don't have a lot of respect for drunk drivers, and I don't have a lot of patience with drunk drivers, and I don't have a lot of empathy for drunk drivers because typically these are grown folks that just want to do what they want to do. They don't care about how it endangers other people. They only care about themselves. They only care about themselves. So they'll get behind the wheel knowing they're inebriated and they feel like they got it. I can handle it. And in today's world, with Lyft and Uber and these rideshare programs, I have even less tolerance for drunk drivers because you don't have to drunk drive. You literally can pick up your phone and catch a ride anywhere in most cities. Matter of fact, there's Uber and Lyft across the world, across the globe. So there's really no excuse. You show me a drunk driver, and I'm going to show you somebody that just don't care. They're arrogant. They only care about themselves. They figure, I can do this. And for every drunk driving, crashing accident, and I read a statistic within the last 24 hours that said that 28 people lose their lives every single day in this country due to drunk driving. Stupid. I don't get it. And Lyft and Uber are so convenient. We'll talk about that. When keeping it gangster goes too far, I touched upon this story a little bit on Friday. I want to follow up. I do have some updates on this story. This young lady right there, this is a real story. And as I look at these pictures, and these are just three of many pictures, and someone posted this, I think it was Shaba, posted this in the friends page. You can check it out for yourself. This young woman looked like, she was on her way to a scholarship, college. And there's mixed results about this. Some people saying she was expelled from the school. I tried to do my some digging over the weekend. I wasn't able to find concretely what happened, but we do know this story comes out of Memphis. And this is a prom situation. Look at dude doing this Kodak Black impersonation. That's not my favorite hairstyle, but if that's what you like, I see immediately one big problem with this photograph. I see one big problem with this photograph right off the top. Can you see it? Do you see what I see? I see one big problem right off the top. I'll give you a hint. Look at the middle box. Look at the middle box. Good morning to you. What's up, Davey Rice? Get your sample ballot and go in and cast your vote. That's right. Primary is around the corner. It's here. When keeping it gangster goes too far. Do you see what I see? I'll be back with more to share with you on that tip. Hold on one second. When keeping it gangster goes too far. You know, in prep for this conversation this morning, you know what I did? And good morning to you. Happy Monday to you. You know what I did this morning? Is I Googled, and I challenge you to do this morning as we prep for this conversation. I Googled girl gun prom dress. If you Google that right now, you'll be amazed at where it comes up. You're going to see all kind of images of what appears to be high schoolers in prom dresses with guns. And a lot of this is coming from like Montana and the kind of states where, you know, maybe it's a different attitude when it comes to the gun culture, but still, you know, a girl with a gun in a prom dress is a girl with a gun with a prom dress. Does anybody see what I see? There you go, TNT. That's the biggest issue I see. Why he standing on her dress like that? Kodak Black, get the hell off the dress. The dress ain't bad. The dress is nice. The dress is nice. Not a bad dress. We were out over the weekend and was running into prom people going to prom, coming from prom down on the banks on the Newport side on Saturday. Had to get out and enjoy some of that sun. And it was cool just seeing everybody dressed up and going to prom. It's funny because like when you're 16, 17 or 18, 19, 20, however old you were in high school, prom is like a big ass deal. But looking back, again, I guess it still was a big deal, but you know, but back, man, in high school, everybody, prom was that thing. Prom was that thing. Go get your little tux. You know what I'm saying? Your little rented tux and your rented shoes. Get yourself a corsage for the ladies or whatever that's called. And, you know, get your little accessories. I went through all of that. I never thought about grabbing a weapon, but things done changed. I was reading some of the comments from the initial post or one of the posts, because this shit is everywhere already. The story's everywhere. And the first thought I had was, if that was my daughter, like I said, I would have recommended something different. You know, I would have been, you know, what people got to understand is you got to understand your digital footprint. That goes for everybody. I even see like older people in their 30s, 40s, 50s putting reckless shit on your timeline. And there's nothing's good going to come from it. Tabitha says, it seems like every old school rule in the world has been broken. And the parents cool with that? Right. I'm like, if I'm her parent, I'm like, yo, we not doing that. Why? Why, Dad? My friends it's fake guns. They're not loaded. Why, Dad? Why, Dad? Because of your digital footprint, sis. You might want to grow up and be something one day. You might have to sit in front of somebody one day and have them judge you or make a judgment call about you. And they might see these photographs, and because they don't know you, they're going to be thinking of all the wrong stuff, sis. That's why. Nat writes, we used to slow dance to Key Sweat. Now they pose on the wall to Lil Durk now. Things done changed. Things done changed. Predecessor blues is what it calls, right? It's the laments of the older generation about the newer generation. This shit's been going on with your grandmother. Your mama, your grandmother looked at your mother and your father's generation and said, they ain't like us. They fast. They do anything, right? Your great-grandmother's generation looked at your grandmother's generation and said the same thing. Your great-great-grandmother's generation looked at your great-grandmother's generation and said the same thing. That's predecessor blues. That's just the way it goes. Everybody feels like their generation was the best generation, and you should. And everybody feels like their generation had more sense than the generation that came right after them. Tell me I'm wrong. Predecessor blues, good morning to you. When keeping it gangster goes too far. But again, I don't automatically have a response when I see black people with guns. I'm not like, my biggest response, and I would feel this way no matter what, is, okay, I know you. I know you're a good person. I know that you're not out here about to rob a bank. I know that. And you're just having some fun, whatever, with the gun or whatever. And I get it. But other people who don't know you, they don't have that personal experience with you, so they're just going to automatically assume the worst about you, and it's wrong. It might be some racism involved and all that kind of stuff. I'm going to Google right now. I'm going to Google it right now. I'm going to put in gun girl prom. There's 3 words: gun girl prom. And it's all kind of shit that come up. It's all kinds of shit that comes up. Primarily, I see a lot of, it depends on the states, but I see girls with guns all the time. Matter of fact, let me screenshot this for you so you can check out my screen. You got to check this out. So I want to make sure we have the proper conversation because this is not too uncommon, quite honest. Look at this. This is not too uncommon. You can't see that yet, but now you can. Look at this. This is really common. This is a part of American culture. That's a nice little dress. She got her gun. Real girls shoot guns. I mean, this is just a thing. This is just a thing. Here's another photograph right here. Let me see this. Look at it. Boom. See that? Man, they all got whatever the hell those guns are. They're like some serious shit. Now, what you hunting with that? What are you doing with that? What are you doing with that? And then it's the story of Caitlin Bennett, who wore a rifle for her graduation. She wore a rifle. And I don't know, it was kind of sweet. I don't know. I ain't mad at it. Like I said, I don't have the same reaction that a lot of people. If you're looking for that typical Cincinnati reaction, you're just not going to get it from me. Like, I just feel like people kind of overreact, especially when it's black people with their hands on guns. People kind of overreact. Now, as a parent, until you get 18, it's my job to do what I think is best. And if that was my daughter, I would strongly, and I mean it in the most strongest terms, suggest that if she takes those photographs, that she not put them on social media, because I just know how the world is. Is that fair to her? I don't know. But I'm just telling you, that's how I would look at it. But some people get in their feelings like, whoa, wait, I see a little something here. It's just wrong. We're teaching them how to be gangsters. I mean, one has nothing to do with the other necessarily. I don't think that. I don't think that because you see this image, this means they're going to rob a bank or commit some kind of crime. I don't believe that. I don't believe it one bit. Now, there's reports out there, and again, these are unconfirmed. They are unconfirmed. I've been able to unconfirm whether it's true or not. But there's reports out there suggesting that this young lady, she had a scholarship to TSU, but she lost her scholarship. There's another report, or the reports also say she might have been expelled from the school. I mean, I hope not. I hope not. But when you're dealing with a school building, they got rules. They might have rules against this kind of stuff. And again, you might hate it, but that's the way it goes. If they got and most of these schools have rules against any kind of images with guns and students because they're afraid of active shooter situations, as if one has anything to do with the other. I don't think anything about that. I don't think that if, schools are relaxed on rules about, current students taking photographs with fake guns or guns, I don't think in any way does that lead to a Columbine situation. I think what leads to a Columbine situation is, kids is dealing with some mental illness, some whatever, growing up in a household, they're not getting fed the right way, and then they're being bullied in school, and the adults at the school ain't dealing with it, and they sit back and think it's funny, or they ignore it, or don't want to deal with it, or claim they don't see it, and then it just becomes real deadly. But that's just the world we live in. So everybody's super sensitive about this kind of stuff. I get it. I get it 100%. If in fact she lost her scholarship, I mean, damn, that's super unfortunate. And I'll be like, why? Why? I don't get it. If she was expelled, I could understand that more, because these high schools these days, man, they are hypersensitive about anything to do with a gun, anything. And as they should be. So I get it. But in terms of a cultural way of looking at it, some people were like, here we go. He's crying, guns, while we selling this poison to our people. And I'm like, poison? I'm not sure about that. I think, again, the biggest issue to me is this is a teaching moment. Watch your digital footprint. Because even as adults, because when you go to get a job, depending on the level of the job, whoever is making that decision is going to jump on Twitter. They're going to jump on your IG. They're going to jump on Facebook. Let me go see. That's why you have a lot of people that lock down their social, like their IG account. A lot of people lock down their IG account. They make it private. And that way they know they have control over who sees their content. That would be smart if you want to do something like this. So I'm on Facebook like now, and I'm looking at these images. I mean, it's again, it's not my style. You know, that when I was a prime age, that wasn't my style. You know what I'm saying? That wasn't the look I was going for. But you know, everybody got different tastes, right? Good morning to you. Hope you're doing well. Let me go into the chop shop first and say what's up to Ray and Ashley. Good morning, Ray. Good morning, Ashley. Thank you for being here. Dom writes, what's up, Nate? It's the Minister of Information. What up, man? How you doing, bro? Glad to see you, man. Glad to see you. Before we get too deep in the conversation, I want to remind you about the Mother's Day brunch. Is coming up in this weekend. Of course, Mother's Day is this weekend. All you can eat Southern Swank. There's a link in today's description. Do something special for the mother in your life. It could be your mother-in-law. It could be your mother. It could be the woman that gave you the blessing of children. Or it could be another woman. Maybe it's an auntie, someone you know. Do something special for them. They got you covered. I won't go through the full spread. Hit the link. You can go to the Eventbrite. You can check out the full spread of what they're offering and also register for tickets. Now, the tickets are $50. This event is from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m., so they got your afternoon covered. They got mom taken care of. They got her taken care of. Even if you're like, you know, on that plant-based life as I am, they got you covered as well. They got some veggie dishes. You can check it out. They're going to be at the Above and Beyond Planning Event Center. Now, that's out in Sharonville, Ohio, 18 Triangle Park Drive. Live performance by Just Vince. Do something special for the mother in your life. Once in a lifetime experience. Something she'll never forget. Something she'll never forget. I know how it is. Usually want to buy mom something like, I don't know. And maybe you want to do that too. Again, you know, I wish my mother was here so I could do something like this for her. Good morning to you. Hope you're doing well. Again, links in today's description. You can check it out for yourself. Good morning to you. Hope you're doing well. See, Anthony writes, morning, Chop Shop. Chris writes, good morning. David's in the house. He writes, good morning, Nate and the Choppers. Good morning to you. Anthony writes, morning. TC writes, good morning. Tabitha writes, good morning. Let's chop it up. Glenn's in the house. What's up, Glenn? Good to see you. Tracy writes, hi. LaMonica writes, good morning, Chopper style.
Get to the chopper!
Tiffany writes, good morning, everyone. Roots Tafari writes, morning, Choppers. Good morning to you. TNT writes, good morning, Choppers. Early voting ends at 2 p.m. today. Make your vote count this primary, right? We got some big decisions to make. And I'm going to touch upon it today as well. The NAACP has, and they're so good about this, they have some flyers that are circulating on Facebook and on social media. You should check them out. If you haven't tapped into the race, I mean, this is the beginning of it. This is the primary, and we'll decide who moves forward. You know what I'm saying? Got some big decisions in that Democrat Party and Republican Party. I read that the Republican Party, in terms of the U.S. Senate race, the primary, man, they spent over like $50 million. You're talking big time money. Why? It's super important. It's super important. Daryl writes, good morning, Nate and Choppers. What's up with you? Krista writes, hello, everyone. Good morning. Daryl's in the house. Good morning, Nate and the Hella Choppers. So again, we had our virtual meeting for the investment club, and I got a chance to watch the video again. And after I watched it the second time, it just hit me even more. Like, hey, our family is definitely moving forward with it for sure. And I just want to make sure you understand. You know, the recommendation from Chuck Futel, he's a financial planner. This is what he does. It's what he do. Been doing it for a long time. He's done many, many investment clubs. He spent about a little over an hour. He spent about an hour with us on Wednesday. Very informative. And I want to make sure we're all understanding this. You know, his recommendation is that you start with at least $1,000 and do $100 a month, maybe coming from your checking account or something like that. But you don't have to start that way. You can start with $100 a month. Okay, so that barrier, that's a difference between $1,000 to start off with and then starting off with $100. That's a big difference for a lot of people. I don't know where your pockets are. So I want to make sure you know that. So I'm going to circle back in and talk with Chuck this week and give you more information. The next steps would be, you know, once you make that decision as to whether you want to do it or not, it'll be setting up a time to actually meet with Chuck so you can sign off on the paperwork and get things started. I'd like to get that done within the next month. You know, we know we can do. You know what you're going to do already. But I like to be able to get that done and get this all started within a month so we can start on that track. And I think it's going to be dope. And if you don't join, I think I don't see any reason why you can't join that later down the line. But what I'm saying is just imagine where we'll be in 4 years, in 3 years. You're going to want to be a part of it. You already know you're going to feel left out. Be like, damn, I knew I should have did it. Just do it. Just do it. What's up, Cass? Good morning to you. Oh, David that's the sample ballot. Okay, great. Appreciate you. Crystal writes, is that a big gun? I don't even know, man. This is like some old Halo Call of Duty type ish. I don't know anything about what kind of weapon that is. Is that street legal? I don't know. You know, with the NRA these days and Joe Eaton's group, I don't know. Anything's legal these days. I really don't know. You know what I'm saying? This is the world we live in. So I don't know what kind of weapon it is. It looks like some shit straight out of Call of Duty. Straight out of Call of Duty, Warzone, Rebirth. Some old crazy-ish. I got back on Warzone, and I stay on Warzone. Like, you know, I have fully admitted to you, and I embrace it. You know, I spend a lot of times, you know, having a lot of fun with gaming. I love the technology. But in recent years, I use it as a way to stay connected with my peoples. You know, my little brothers, my sister's a big gamer. We get on there. We have the whole family affair. Man, I get on there this weekend, and Snoop is iconic. Snoop is everywhere. Snoop Dogg has to be one of the most recognizable people on the planet Earth. I get in Warzone, little Snoop's running around. I guess he had a brand deal with him. He's got an avatar inside the game. It's trippy. For shizzle, my nizzle. I'm like, huh? D-O-double-D. I'm like, what the hell? It's crazy. But, you know, hey, shout out to Snoop. I know he plays the game. I've seen some of the videos. Mika writes, good morning, Chopper. It's time to secure the bag. Let's get to it. Dale writes, I told you it was MAGA-ish. If by MAGA-ish you mean like, you know, Second Amendment-ish, right. I mean, look at this. Real girls shoot guns. It's like some Confederate shit right there. They got the gun out. I don't have a problem with it. I'm not afraid of it, and it don't bother me. That's what you want to do, and that's the culture. Here's another one right here. They got their weapons out. Why can they do it? We can't do it. What's the difference? I mean, even black people will look at it and have an issue. Like, we ain't supposed to be having our hands on no guns. Don't put your hands on that. What? Absolutely. I know that you had the Center for Closing the Health Gap. They had their event on Washington Park. And for the first time in many years, I did not attend. I was wrapped up in some other things. I know that one of our very own choppers, Iris Rowley, was, I believe I'm wrong about this. I think she was honored and well-deserved. I want to say props to her on that. And all the other honorees as well. And I'm not sure if you got a chance to get down. It seems like whenever they do the Closing the Health Gap, it always rains. If we ever get into a drought, all we would need is for the Center for Closing the Health Gap to like do an event and it'll fucking rain. It's just every year. It don't matter when it is, it's going to rain. If we ever experience a drought in the Queen City, all we got to do is schedule the Closing the Health Gap to do an outdoor event and it will rain. Every single time. Let's go back to the phones. Good morning. Welcome to the show.
Hey, Nathan, what's going on, man?
What up, Tony? Good morning to you.
Hey, how you doing?
I cannot complain.
So, good. So, Saturday, you know, I always catch your show after the fact, and so Saturday morning, I'm eating some scrambled eggs, getting ready to go to a funeral and whatnot, and I watch your broadcast about the woman who left her husband because he wasn't making enough money.
Yeah, oh my God,
and
crazy.
So I'm watching it, and you froze the video, and you said, and I quote, "And this is when she realized she fucked up." And man, I choked. Man, I had to give myself the Heimlich maneuver myself. Oh, I was dying, man, because her face, man, it was so true.
Yeah.
But man,
yeah,
that
she
was
knew
so
she
hilarious.
messed up on that one.
She knew she messed up. But man, I had to tell you that, man. I almost died watching that. But yeah, but real quick, I'm gonna get off real quick because I'm still working. But about Snoop, you were talking about. I just got on. You were talking about Snoop. There's a show that Snoop got his he got his finger in everything,
Yeah, he does.
which I love. And he has something like a video show
Mm-hmm.
on I don't know if it's on Hulu or
Yeah, I'm hip
it's
to
on
it.
one of the streaming services. Yeah, where it's like criminals, and it's raw too because he
Wait,
has
wait.
like a bunch
Maybe
of
I'm not hip to it. What's this about now? I know he has like a
it's like
talk show.
it's like no, it's like a video show where it's like him and it'd be like other comedians, and he even has like a DJ, like a female DJ, and I don't know if it's somebody he put on or what, but they play some like videos from that criminals who mess up,
Is that right?
and then they comment on it, and man, I mean, and whatever stream it's on, they curse and they call them stupid MFs and all kind of, and they even bring like some every now and then they bring the person who did it on there,
Is that
like
right?
yeah, I think it's something like dumbass criminals or something. It's something. It's something, but yeah, but Snoop, man, I mean, Snoop throws stuff in the air. It just come out. It just come down sunshine, man. I love it.
It's been
But
amazing, man. Remember when he had those murder charges? Remember that?
yeah,
I think when one of his
yeah,
bodyguards killed somebody. I mean, Snoop was almost gone. It's just been
almost
amazing. It's been
gone.
like 30 years, man. And to think people thought that hip hop was gonna die. They thought hip hop
Man,
wasn't
I
gonna
love it.
last.
I love it, man. He's global, and I mean, he had he had the football league. I mean, he just everything he touches. And I mean, if there's any model to follow, it's follow him.
Absolutely.
And I can't find anybody. I mean, other than Suge Knight, who really got. I mean, he just cool with everybody.
Yeah, everybody loves Snoop. Snoop go anywhere.
Everybody loves Snoop.
But see, that's
So
Snoop is just a cool ass. You know what? He just a cool ass nigga. He just
he
cool
just
like
seemed
that.
like the kind of person. Like I mean, stuff don't be too harsh for him. Like let's smoke it out. I'm with that. I mean, he just we got a problem. Come on over.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he come here. I heard he come here to kick it with Boosie.
Is that right? Yeah, I heard that too.
Yeah.
I've heard
like
that
he
too.
just fly in and kick it with him and he fly back out. No one even knows.
Yeah, I've
they
heard
go
that.
fishing. Yeah. So a good show. I'm gonna catch the rest later on, man. But I had to tell you, man. Man, you almost killed a brother with that.
Oh, I'm
with
sorry,
that
man.
clip.
I don't want to do that. I don't want to kill.
All right, man.
Thanks for the
I'll talk to you
call.
later.
I do remember that. Yeah, that was Thursday, Friday, with the sister. Talking about something. It was his soul. She found her soulmate, but he just didn't make a lot of money. He working too much, so she left him. Then she regretted it, and she can't make up with him no more because he died of a broken heart. I only did it because there's a balance to this. There's another side to it. Speaking of media, and I get back to Snoop. Snoop is just a cool ass. You know what, man? He's just cool people. The coolest person I ever met in my whole life was, I guess they use the term transgender now. Her name was D. She was a cool, to this day, just cool people. Just cool. Just sometimes you meet people and you just instantly like them. You know what I'm saying? They just got that kind of personality. And Snoop, you could drop Snoop into a tribe of cannibals and he'll walk out that motherfucker with blunts for everybody. He just like that. So Snoop was recently on Drink Champs. They do great work. And they asked him a question about how the game and Dr. Dre and who was not allowed to be a part of that Super Bowl halftime thing, which is great in terms of visibility. Man, that's like the world stage. That's like the biggest sporting event on the globe. I mean, the aliens that live inside the moon because it's hollow, they watch the Super Bowl. They don't watch all sporting events, but they watch the Super Bowl every single year. They even like bet on the game too. And he said his response was just so real. He was like, man, that was Dr. Dre's show. I did what Dr. Dre told me to do. He's like, Dre called me and said, I want to be a part. I just respect the realness. He's like, I didn't get a chance to do none of my songs. I did all Dre songs. It is what it is. He asked me about some damn game. I thought it was super real. And I was like, see, that's the reason why people F with Snoop. That's why they F with him. He's just a cool brother, man. I'm sick of him in Warzone, though. Sick of it. Let me see. Jeffrey, what's up, Jeffrey? Good morning. Brandy writes, good morning, all. Tabitha writes, so why can't they teach Black history since they changed the rules in schools? You know why? Because they want to keep people dumb. I mean, that's all it is. There's some, this is everything we dealing with, CRT, the backlash against Barack Obama, the backlash against Kamala Harris, the backlash against Supreme Court Justice Brown Jackson. All these people, or Jackson Brown, shall I say, Jackson Brown. All these, this is a reaction to the browning of America. That's all it is. We know the statistics, and you're gonna see more of it. This is their last stance. That CRT debate is the dumbest shit ever, man, because kids in high school ain't being taught no CRT. We all know this. It's ridiculous, but it sounds good, so they'll roll with it. Regina writes, good morning. Brenda writes, happy Monday. Kamikia writes, if the story about getting expelled from school and losing a scholarship is true, those penalties are way too harsh. Thank you, Kamikia. They're way too harsh. I'm going to take a scholarship from you because you post a photograph with a gun, and guns are legal in America? Make it make sense. That don't make any sense to me. From a college perspective, I don't get it. Now, from a high school perspective, I do get it. I still don't like it. I think one has nothing to do with the other, but if you're a high school, they ain't going for that in no high school. They ain't going for it. You do some shit like this in a high school, your ass going to the principal's office quick. They ain't playing because of that Columbine. They are afraid, and they should be afraid of that Columbine shit. But Columbine didn't happen because somebody was posting photographs and they was like, you know what? Why don't we just kill a lot of people? That's not what happened. Columbine happened because these two young men were psycho sickos from birth, probably. They grew up in the households they grew up in. And then if you know the story, they was dealing with bullying for years and years at the school, and they weren't doing enough about it. They said enough is enough on some crazy ass shit and killed a whole lot of people. But I understand if she got expelled from high school and that's what they're saying, I understand that more than her losing the scholarship. I get it. I get that part. I don't like it, but I get it. Terry writes, she need to Rittenhouse those tears. She need to Rittenhouse tears at school. I know that's right. Crystal writes, what the hell is going on? I'm not cool with that. The other thing I thought when I saw this is, where is this young lady's and this young man's parents? Where are your mama and your daddy? Come on now. You know, if mom and dad is in the home and got the right place in the home, because you can have mom and dad in the home, but they're not in the right place in the home. But if mom and dad is in the proper place in the home, you know mom and dad ain't going for this. You know that. Little medium Buddha, shit, you can't even take pictures like this that you're not going to post. Because I might be afraid somebody, oops, my bad, might post them. Then it's out there forever. It's just a bad look. And get the hell off of her dress, you disrespectful mother. Got your shoes on the dress. Let's take your shoes off. I read the caption, and you can't really see it there because I've got text over the top of it. But if you go to the Friends page, it's there right now. Shaba posted it, I believe. Who posted this? Yeah, it was Shaba. He posted it on the 29th. So you got to go back a little bit. Matter of fact, let me see if I can pin it. Yeah. Okay, so I pinned it. It's pinned to the very, very top. So if you go to the Friends Who Like the Nathan Ivey Show Facebook group, as soon as you go in there, it should be at the very top. So it's being highlighted. And there's a photograph of her. And, you know, she looks like every other senior. You know what I'm saying? That is such a great time, man. I'm just so, I'm a little jelly of the graduates. I must be honest with you. And I think most adults, like, I'm pretty happy with life as it is. But if I could go back, you ever do this game? Like, if you could go back to high school, what would you do? If I could go back to high school, I would have took ball more seriously. I'd have took basketball more seriously. That's what I would have done. I think I could have been. I don't know how good I could have. I don't know how good I could have gotten if I can get the fuck out. But you don't know unless you're in that environment. So I would have took b-ball a lot more seriously in terms of organized b-ball. And I would have took my grades more seriously, yeah. Because when you're in high school, you like, I just want to get out of this piece. I want out. Let me out, right? You just want out. And if I could go back to high school, because sometimes when I see these high schoolers and these folks going through prom and graduation, it takes me back, right? If you could go back, would you go back to high school or would you go back to college area? And again, not to be biased, maybe you didn't go to college. You don't have to go to college to be successful these days. You can come up with a dope idea and make it work. Which would you choose and what would you do differently? For me, I would go back to high school and I'd play ball all the way through. I take ball seriously and I take my grades more seriously. I didn't really take that shit seriously. I don't know what I was thinking of, man. I was 16, 17. I have no idea. I have no idea what was in my head. I certainly wasn't thinking like scholarships. I wasn't thinking like that. I wish I had been because it would have made my college experience a whole lot less expensive. And in college, I would go back to high school era. That's where I would go. It just takes me back when I see the young people all with the prom dresses. Prom, no big deal. I could take a lead prom. It was cool. That's not why I would go back. But this is a sure shot sign of keeping it gangster goes too darn far. And then the other thing this woman is dealing with is these images are going to be out there for all time, Craig, on the internet. Everybody going to see this for the rest of their life. You can't Kim Kardashian this trying to get the images back. You can't do that. It's just not going to work. It's just not how the way of life works. So my response is this. I don't have a problem with black teenagers posing with guns. I don't have a problem with that per se. Me personally, I have no problem with it. I don't think that these two people are more likely to become criminals. I don't think they're setting a bad example because the example should be set by your mama and your father. You can't put that on these young folks because your mama and daddy didn't do what they were supposed to do. That's their fault. They should have raised you better. I understand if the young lady dealt with some high school repercussions, I can understand that. But if she's a high schooler, she on her way out the door. Why expel her? She on her way out the door. If she's going to be expelled, give her like 1 day suspension at the very most. You know what I'm saying? At the very most, because you broke the student code, right? A lot of these high schools have codes of like how you should conduct yourself, and they have them for a reason. But this photograph does not make this don't make black people look bad. It's not going to make somebody pick up a gun and rob somebody. It's not going to do any of that. It's just two people posing with a gun. That's it. Or guns. And I don't even know they're real. I have no idea. That's just my take on it. Jared writes, what do guns have to do with prom? It's just a prop. I read the caption. Apparently, she had some girls that was at her, and maybe it was like a thread to something. She got the guns for the haters or something like that. The caption could have got her goose cooked. That could definitely happen because, like, the school reads are like, "Oh, this wasn't just like a prom prop. You was trying to send a message to somebody. Now you open the door for it being a problem." Daryl writes, "But when black people does it, it sends a violent message. But when they does it, they are being patriotic, right? Right, correctamundo, Daryl. Exactly. You know how the game is played. That's patriotism right there. You see, that's patriotism. When white kids have guns, they're just exercising their Second Amendment rights. It goes back to 1776, and it goes back to the Civil War. Our ancestors fought for the right for me to bear arms and shit. When black people have it, it's automatically hey, what's wrong with this pressure now? We're doing too much. We're doing too much. That kind of hits me as well. But what's your take on it? Good morning. Welcome to the show.
Morning, Nathan. It's Kev on the cell.
What up, Kev on the cell? Good morning to you, brother.
Thank you, sir. It's a beautiful day in Cincinnati. I just got back from Houston. Houston is a good time, bro.
Is it?
Okay. It was a really good time. Yes. The brunches and the lunches and the pool parties, legendary. Good stuff.
Okay.
Got to unwind. Hey, but the reason you kind of touched the button for me. I know that she should lose her scholarship, but if you get expelled, bro, that's going on your record. And I don't know about colleges that are picking up people that have emotions on their record. So that could be the end of your scholarship. Makes sense. You feel what I'm saying? I mean, I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying that makes sense. Like, okay, well, she was about to get a scholarship, but then she got expelled. Well, they put an expulsion on your record. That might cause you not to get that scholarship. I do disagree too. This doesn't make black people look bad. It just makes kids look bad. Like, to be honest, everybody has this perception that the new generation of kids are blah, 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 and this, and that, and all that other stuff. And this kind of just goes to accentuate that perception of our young folk. And, really, most young folk are just young folk. When you're young, you do dumb stuff. That's kind of the way it works. When I was young, I did dumb stuff. I don't know about nobody else, but there's plenty of dumb stuff when I was young. So, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what you do.
But the number one thing, and I didn't even see it, but when everybody said that about standing on the dress, I just paid for a prom dress. That wasn't cheap. Now, I don't know how much that prom dress cost, but I'm pretty sure if I'm your parent and some boy is standing on your dress, one, you ain't going with dude because he's still on your dress, and I paid a whole bunch of money for that. But two, I think me and you are gonna have some words about how you should, respect my hustle and know that I'm out here working hard for my money while you got boys standing on your dress. You know what I mean? I don't know. There was numbers being thrown at me last week or week before last of $650 and $450, and I was like, man, for one day, for one dress,
Wow.
really?
Wow.
We didn't pay that much, but and she looked gorgeous. But I just think it makes kids look bad in a way. And then you go back and you say, well, the Terrence and the Terrence are out there and they're doing Charlie's Angels, and nobody's mad at them. But I don't really believe in that tip for tat party either. Plus, I'm trying to get us to be better than them, whatever that means. So, my thing is we got to catch up. It's hard. We're already in a race that we started out behind, and it's hard to catch up. So don't put us any further back. You know what I'm saying? We ain't trying to get no penalties. Stop dropping the baton. And let's pass that bag and make sure everybody does well. But yeah, man, I'm back. You know what was great? I thought that it was bad weather though, and I heard yesterday was gorgeous here too. I was like, dang. So I was in Houston, but I really didn't get that whole. Yeah, I was in Houston while y'all was in this nasty Cincinnati weather. I didn't get to do that part. I feel bad about that. I wanted that. I wanted to be like, dang on it. I'm so happy that I wasn't in the nasty.
Is that
but
right?
I'm so glad. Yeah. I mean, I went on vacation, man. Everybody else should have a horrible day if I'm having a great one. I'm kidding. I'm playing. Don't write to me. Don't call me and say bad stuff about me behind my back. Say it to my face. Anyway, Nate, man, I appreciate you. I'm going to get a chance to watch the rebroadcast. I had to do some things for a friend of mine who was trying to make some money. So I was helping him get a project completed, doing some stuff with our hands, working. And so I missed the club, but I'm definitely going to check out the rebroadcast. I got the link you sent me. I appreciate it. And I'm very excited and interested.
Okay, cool. Yeah. And once you do,
let's get security.
Hit me up, man, and tell me what you think about, what he's saying. I mean, to me, it's a no-brainer, but I want to hear what you have to say.
Fantastic. Absolutely will do. As always, man, be blessed and stay unstressed. It's a beautiful day for a beautiful day. And God's blessing us all. So just keep it moving, Nate. I appreciate you.
Thank you, brother. Take it easy. Absolutely. It's a beautiful day to have a beautiful day. I love it when he says that. It is. It's going to be great today. Weather's starting to change in the city of Cincinnati. It's going to be beautiful. Enjoy it. Enjoy it. Good morning. Welcome to the show.
What's going on, Nate? How you doing, man? Happy Monday, bro.
Happy Monday. I'm doing great. Welcome.
Hey, the reason I called, I'm trying to work and listen at the same time, but Daryl's comments in the chat really struck a nerve when he talked about how black kids can be seen with guns and it's seen as a threat, and white kids and white families, like Thomas Massey over there in Kentucky with their Christmas picture with guns, and it's seen as patriotic.
Mm-hmm.
And Nate, you make the point that, hey, these are props. This is America. It shouldn't be looked at differently than, I guess, Thomas Massey and his family showing all their guns, or Lauren Boebert, with guns and AKs and shit in the background when she's sitting in her office. But Nate, the reality is our black kids can't do it. And what's really messed up, Nate, and I've had these conversations with my 15-year-old black male teenage son, and Nate, it's like your kids. And, our kids today, man, they don't know shit about shit. They're naive about the ways of the world because they grew up in a multicultural world where they think everything is everything. These are my friends. These are their parents. This is their neighborhood. Daddy, I don't know anything about all this racial stuff. And I've had to have these hard conversations with Miles, Nate. And in many ways, man, it pisses me the hell off because I just want him to be a kid. I really do. And my son is a good kid. I know everybody says, well, my son is a good kid. When Miles was young, he was the type of kid, I take him to a playground, any playground in this city. You give him 1 minute, he already found him a running around sliding buddy. Somebody to swing with. He was that type of kid.
Mm-hmm.
And he's that type of kid today. He gets along with everybody. But I've had to sit down and tell him, like, not only are you black in America, but we even blacker out here in Mesa. And, and I say all the time, I say, son, I hate the fact that I have to tell you these things because, I want you to go through life not believing that everything is against you. But there are certain forces out there that it's a big difference when you mess up as a black teenage boy as opposed to messing up as a white teenage boy in America. And more specifically, where you currently live. And, when you brought up, Nate, you brought up the most salient question. Where the hell are the parents? I cannot imagine my son nor daughter, I don't know, we all doing the whole prom thing. We out in the front yard taking pictures, and then they're going to put an AK in the seat. I would have been like, hell to the no. That is not going to go in the pictures. But I'm thinking, like, not because, right now, because it's in a prom picture, but son, they might look at this when you want to go to the University of Cincinnati, when you want to go to trade school, when you want to go to Xavier University or Kentucky State University. These are the type of things that follow these kids, like you said, in social media. And, and I've had to have this conversation with my daughter back when she was a teenager, and I'm telling her, honey, what you do in 2017, it'll be there in 3017. This shit don't just disappear like in my day when we had a little Polaroid and we waving it in the air so it can develop type shit. It's probably biodegradable, on some street corner over there in Avondale somewhere. It'll never be seen again. But, today these kids think they so slick, Nate, and they really don't know shit about shit. I tell my kids all the time, you think I went just from 0 to 54? I was never 15 and 22 years old before. Believe me, Nate, think about it. I don't know, my senior year in 1986, I got a camera phone, I got cameras, smartphones. You know what I'm doing, talking that good shit, whoop-de-whoop, all that something. Then I'm like, why don't you show me a little something? I mean, it is what it is. My son like, oh, here we go again, Daddy. You going through these long-ass lectures, but it's the truth. So I tell them all the time, be careful what you say in these texts. Be careful what you say in Snapchat, Instagram, what you say online, playing Call of Duty or 2K or whatever you print in their little chat board, because some of this stuff can come back and bite you in the butt. And it's unfortunate for this young lady. If I got the story right, she's lost a scholarship.
I've heard that. I don't know. It's unconfirmed. That's what people are saying on Facebook and social media, but it's unconfirmed. I haven't been able to find a news article.
But the point is,
from the
without the gun, we wouldn't even have this conversation, Nate. Without the gun in the scene, we never have these conversations. And the parents should have had that reality check that epiphany, that aha moment saying, you know what? I know it's America and we love our Second Amendment rights and all that stuff, but it will be looked at differently, unfortunately. And again, it pisses me off to no end because, hey, I'm an American. Unlike what Mitch McConnell said, that African Americans voted just the same right as other Americans, as if we were freaking foreigners or something. But yeah, man, like I said, where are the parents? It should have been a no-go from the jump. Unless you're like my father's family side who lives in the country down south, the gun culture is part of the culture. But even then, I'm probably sure my grandparents would be like, no, you can't put that in the picture today. So I just wanted to get that off, man. Great topic as usual, man. I appreciate it. Flo Debo, I'm out.
Yeah, he's out. Flo Debo. Appreciate the call. Let me move on. There's something else I want to talk about. I mean, you can still talk about this topic. It's open for discussion throughout the rest of the morning here. You got me until about 9:30, and I got a few things to do today. I need to get an early start. But I want to talk about a law that I think will have an impact on drunk drivers. And it's called Bentley's Law. It's really called Ethan's, Haley's, and Bentley's Law. Ethan's, Haley's, and Bentley's Law. It was signed by the governor back in April of this year in Missouri. In Missouri, a woman named Cecilia Williams is the force behind it. And it was named for her grandson, Bentley, whose parents, Lacey and Cordell, and their 4-month-old son, and another child were killed in an alleged drunk driving crash back in April of 2021. So this happened last year, and within a year, she was able to get this passed. And it requires drunk drivers who are convicting of killing a parent, get this, to pay child support to the surviving minor children. So you out here drunk driving, you run into somebody, you kill the parents, they have young children. Who's going to take care of the kids? You are. You're going to pay child support to them until they become 18. And I like this idea. And I never thought about it before. Like, well, damn, that's right. People are left behind. Like I said, in today's world, I have absolutely no sympathy, no empathy, no patience for drunk drivers, because all you got to do is get on this. Everybody has one of these. Download the Lyft app, download the Uber app, and get a ride. Hell, you got car services. Like in the city of Cincinnati, you got multiple car services where, they basically will drive you around. It's like bootleg cabs. And you got cabs. You got traditional taxis out there. There's absolutely no reason for anybody to drive drunk whatsoever. None. And do I blame the bartender? Like, if you're a bartender and you see somebody is obviously inebriated, you're just going to keep feeding them drinks and feed them drinks and feed them drinks. I mean, come on. At some point, you got to say enough is enough. And I think in some states, they have laws against that, right? Where they'll hold the bartender responsible. And I think I feel that. But I want to get your thoughts about this. What do you think about it? This is like the first of its kind as I've come across it. You may have some different information. Please share it. And basically, it is to hold drunk driving offenders accountable. Now, it's a damn shame because you would think that killing somebody is enough. This is sad commentary in our society. You would think that the possibility of killing someone is enough of the deterrent, but obviously it's not. Because people are like, well, shit, I'll just get out one day. I didn't mean to do it. So in Missouri now, if you drunk drive and are convicted of killing like parents, not only are you going to do your time, but when you get out, you're going to have to pay child support. What do you think about that idea, in your opinion? 5-1, is that a good idea? Do you think it'll work? And hell, if it works for that, then maybe we should incorporate that into any type of wrongful death situation, any type of homicide situation. Like if you kill somebody and are found to have been, responsible and they got children, you're going to pay child support. What do you think? 513-873-7134. TNT writes, exactly, overkill, because black plus gun equals automatic threat. White plus gun equals constitutional rights. Yeah, that's exactly what it means. Nat writes, gun culture won't end well. Stop taking on the characteristics of the oppressor. Micah writes, and you have fools like Trash Mandel, who is running for Senate, saying Black Lives Matter are racist and CRT should not be taught in school. I almost had a moment with Josh Mandel. Like I told you, I was asked to moderate a debate between Josh Mandel and the sister from Columbus that we had on. Her name escapes me right now. I know she's going to hate this, but she is running. I can see her face. Anyway, and so I was preparing for it. It was kind of like a few days away, and then it got canceled. And it was going to be a different type of thing for Josh Mandel. Not to say I was going to be biased, but I just had some questions as I started to think more about it that I was going to hold him accountable to. It's going to be very interesting. And I was the man who was to do it. Nobody else is going to do it the way I need to be done. It's not gonna happen. Daryl writes, do stupid things, win stupid prizes. Daryl, if that ain't true, bro, look, I'm dealing with some of that shit right now on a personal level. Do stupid things, win stupid prizes. That's absolutely true. No doubt about it. Terry writes, they sending more money to Ukraine. Yes, they are. Sheila writes, good morning. Good morning to you. Anthony writes, 2 white kids at UC arrested for what they said was a joke. Are you talking about the active shooter joke? Yeah, that's not a joke. You know, any kind of active shooter pranks, they're going to go after your ass, because the schools and these institutions, they have to take it seriously. They're going to take it seriously. That's just not a game. It's not a game. Charles writes, Grand Risings, Nathan and Choppers. Man, if I remember correctly, if memory serves me correctly, I've even heard about like kindergarten kids getting in trouble for plastic guns. Like, didn't we talk about this during the pandemic, where a little black boy was doing the virtual learning thing, and then he thought the thing was off, or maybe he thought it was on, and he had like a toy gun that he was flashing like on the camera while he was doing virtual learning. And then the police were called to his house. It was a big whole thing. Remember this? Traumatized this young boy over a plastic gun. Telling you, it's a react. When it's a black person with a gun in their hand, they automatically react. I'm talking about us, our society. Even black people react to that differently. And then the media has been programming us that black people should not touch guns. You know, there's a shooting in the hood. What happens? All of a sudden, there's a buyback program. Why would I sell my gun back? I need this. When there's violence in certain neighborhoods, it's all about the neighborhood watch and everybody got to arm up. When there's violence in black neighborhoods, it's all about buybacks and de-escalation and don't touch the gun, don't touch the weapon, was the exact wrong thing they should be doing. They should be doing what Rufus Johnson's doing, more education with young folks. I was very happy to see that he got the props he deserved, the recognition he deserved from a national level with the folks at CNN, because it made perfect sense. You know, gun safety, teach them how to use it, teach them what it is. Give them a healthy respect for what it can do and what it really means. Jared writes, vote for Harper Morgan. That's her it is. Morgan Harper. That's right. Morgan Harper. That's right. That's who it was. Yeah, it was going to be a debate between Morgan Harper and Josh Mandel, and it just kind of fell through. I was excited because I ain't never got a chance to go face to face with Josh Mandel, even though that wasn't my role. As I was doing my show, my moderation prep, I'm like, oh boy, okay. They might not like these questions, but it is what it is. Shannon's in the house. She writes, guns, racial slurs, rape culture. Colleges have images to maintain. If they're giving you a free ride or money to attend, there's usually a stipulation of representing the school well. You can be and do what you want, but everyone doesn't have to accept. Everyone doesn't have to accept it. Kids forget they have to be accepted, all caps, to college. If they don't think you're a good fit or representative for the institution, they will not accept you. Most aren't going through too much trouble in that regard, but don't hand it to them or go viral. Then they can't miss it. Good morning, Shannon. And I can't disagree with anything she said. I get it. I understand. Nakia writes, good morning. What's up? Jenny's in the house. Good morning to you. Kevin writes, Morning, fam. Our counterparts have been getting and giving it back for some time, hence the wealth gap. Build your fortune, share the wealth, shrink the gap. Absolutely. Well, that was one of the things I really liked about Chuck Futel's presentation, because he talked about Black wealth building, the disparities between the wealth in Black homes and the others. He talked about why that is, and then also shared some issues as to what they should do about it. Hold on one second. I'm getting a message from Cincinnati Public Schools. At this time of day, I got to answer it. Hold on one second. Oh, gosh, they're talking about Ironetta Wright. Don't scare the shit out of me. I'm a parent, man. Cincinnati Public Schools, you can't call me when I'm at work. Gosh darn it. Heart just beating out of my damn chest. I don't know what it is in my daughter's school. I don't know if it's the students. I don't know if it's the adults. I don't know what it is. You just can't be calling parents at 9 a.m. in the morning CPS. Scaring the hell out of me. Gosh darn it. I don't know if it's my son, it's my daughter. Give me a second. Shit. Oh my gosh. Damn, scaring the you know what out of me. I got to stop this. I'm all about the family first. I got to stop everything when it's something about the family. But that was a message about the superintendent starting today, Ironetta Wright. Okay, I hope she does well. And I have nothing negative to say. I mean, at this point, she got a clean slate. The only thing I will say is because she's outside the district, it's going to take her at least a year, if not 3 years. It's going to take her at least 1 to 3 years before she understands how everything works and understands the people. And then she got to learn Cincinnati. She got to learn who is and who is not in Cincinnati. Who are the major players? You know what I'm saying? Who are the folks that, are allies? Who are the people acting like allies and they really wolves? She got to learn all of that. But I wish her the best. I wish her the best. Whew, man, gosh darn it, CPS? You can't be calling parents like that, man. Terry writes, telling you to welcome the new super. Great. Damn. Oh, man. TNT writes, they send an email, text, and phone call. Yeah, they do. Whew. Yeah, she got to learn. Ironetta Wright has to learn the Cincinnati politics. And it's so much. She got to understand CPS, which is a bureaucracy. She got to understand how to run that. She got to understand the business community. She got to understand the Black community. She got to learn who all these people are. It's going to take her 1 to 3 years to do that. I don't care who you are. It takes you 1 to 3 years because it's just like a relationship. People can fake for a long time. I say the ceiling for most people to fake in a relationship is about 3 years. At that 3-year mark, their guard starts to come down and you see the real them. Okay? You see the real them after at least 3 years. It's the same thing, I'm sure, with Ironetta Wright. Everybody kikiing. All she see is this. Teeth. Everybody's smiling. Everywhere she go, everybody's smiling. And she got to figure out who's real and who's not. Who matters and who don't, quite honestly. You know what I'm saying? That's hard to do. It's going to take her a minute. I wish her the best. Angela writes, what's to get worked up about? I don't know. I'm not sure what you're responding to, Angela. Good morning to you, nonetheless. Good morning to you. We're talking about Ironetta Wright. I just got a message from CPS. They scared the shit out of me. I'm like, oh, Lord, what happened to my boy? What happened to my daughter? But it was a message just saying, welcoming Ironetta Wright as a new superintendent. I wish her well. I wish her nothing but the best. And I think nothing but positive things at this point. I have nothing negative to say. That's right, TNT. Everywhere she goes, I've seen the Facebook posts and she been out. Everybody smiling. Cheese. Yeah, that's what she gonna get right now because she's the superintendent, but that don't mean shit. Because some of these people smiling in your face, don't trust them, Ironetta. Don't trust them. Don't trust them. This city is something else. This city is something else. The silos, the clique. She got to figure it. She got to figure, because this city is, Black Cincinnati is so cliquish. The city is cliquish. She got to figure out which cliques matter and which don't. And who in the cliques matter. She'll figure it out. I'm sure she dealt with the same thing in Detroit, because people are people wherever you go. They ain't that different. So she'll figure it out. Why does the CPS call get your heart racing? Because I don't know what they're going to call and say. I don't know they're going to call and say my son has some issues. I don't know it's going to be my daughter has some issues with the students, with the teachers, with the administrators. I don't know. Telling you. If I had to write a book about my experience with CPS, it's not going to be good. It's not going to be good. So I don't know. I don't know what the hell's going to happen. Man, listen. I don't know if my daughter did something. To be honest with you, of all the things, those are the least of my issues when I get a phone call. My number one issue is I'm worried about another student doing something to my children, or I'm worried about the teachers doing some dumb shit, or the administrators doing some dumb shit. Those are my two first issues. And then after that, I'm worried about my children have done something, because I know them. I know them, as most parents did. When you go to school and the principal, the teacher tells you your kid did something, you know whether it's true, whether you even ask your kid or not. You already know. I know them. I know what my son's going to do. I know what my daughter's going to do. I know what they're capable of already. Even to the extreme. I already know. So that's the least of my worries. I'm worried about the others, Angela. I'm worried about the others. Oh, that's the truth on everything. And I ain't alone. I am not alone. Let me see. You end up in jail. What is that referring to? I don't recall. You said end up in jail. Fox writes, rise and shine, young stars. Mila is in the house, and congrats to you, Mila, doing big things. I saw you on Facebook, sis, doing your thing. It's beautiful. Mila writes, apparently that's not true. It's a rumor social media started. A young lady addressed it and said it was fake. I'm glad. I did read that. I'm glad to read that. I'm glad to hear that. She writes, oh, okay, yeah. Shh, trust me. Because you're an empty nester. Is that correct, Angela? I believe that's true. So you're many years removed from all of this. So I'm right here on the ground floor dealing with it day to day. And it's a concern. It certainly is. Oh, my God. Not to get deep into it, but, we had an issue with my daughter. And this is what little brown girls got to deal with, where her grown white female teacher had an issue with a little girl. Just had an issue with her. Sat down with her, and it was obvious she had an issue with a child and was doing things with her in terms of moving her desk around in the classroom, and she ain't even talked to us about that. I can't tell you how many times that's happened where a teacher has had a frustration with our daughter primarily on some, because medium Buddha like her mother and her father. We straight from Wakanda. We don't laugh. We don't want to laugh. We looking you in your eye, and we know who we are. Period. It don't matter who it is. Not to say she's a problem, because she's not at all. She's the sweetest girl in the world, but she is from Wakanda. Wakandas are built differently. Got a certain way you carry yourself, a certain confidence about yourself, a certain knowledge of yourself. And what I've found is that rubs some grown people the wrong way. Unless your kid breaks that, I'm sorry, boss, and all this kind of shit. My kids ain't gonna do that, because I'm not doing that. And so we had a meeting with this teacher, and the teacher had mental health issues. It was so obvious. And your boy, I keeps it 100. I said that to her face, like, you got some issues you dealing with. She didn't like it. We ended up sitting down with the principal, and to the principal's credit, the principal dealt with it. She dealt with the whole situation, white female. She dealt with it. I was like, okay. She's like, I appreciated that. When you right, you right. When you wrong, you wrong. My kids wrong, they wrong. I don't want to hear no excuses. I don't want to hear no BS. You wrong. Now go back in there and apologize to them people. And when the others are wrong, I hold them accountable. Simple as that. Simple as that. Yes, we turn our kids over to be educated by the we absolutely do. But my kids are from Wakanda. We not on that shit. We not on that. They're gonna follow the rules. They're gonna be respectful. They're gonna be pleasant in the classroom, or they got to deal with mom and dad. But you're not gonna play them. They're not going for that. My daughter ain't going for that because we didn't raise her that way. I raised her to be a mini adult. You know, my job is not to. She's not a slave in our house. You know, she has the same rights as everybody else. She got a voice in our house, as kids should. Now we make the decisions, but I'm training her to be a strong black female, not a weak black female. And so part of that means that sometimes you have to deal with it. You know, sometimes my daughter be like, Dad, blah, 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 and I be like, oh, she's right. Oh, she's so fucking right. I hate it when my kids are right. You know what I'm saying? Your kids ever check you like, Dad, you be like, uh-huh. Cause it's a part of you to be like, nah, I'm grown, but nah, you can't do that. Nah. I ain't raising no, no, not with me. Not with me. I ain't doing it. Answer writes, if I could change anything, it would be the homeschool. Let my daughter know any grandchildren will be homeschooled. Oh, really? Huh? I love the sound of that, but I'll be honest with you. People think I'm smart. I'm not smart. I just read a lot. But I'm not smart enough to homeschool my kids, I don't believe. If I'm pushed to it and my back's against the wall, let's say, the world ends and I got to teach my boy, well, I'm going to teach him then. But I ain't built for that. I'm not built for that. I got a little taste of that during that, what was that called? During the COVID when the kids was home, I was like, ooh, man, thank God for these teachers. Thank God for these teachers. Thank God for these teachers. Yeah, Sheila, I raised my children to check me and my wife when we wrong. I give them that in a respectful way, but right is right and wrong is wrong. And I don't care who you are. And I have that attitude because I was raised that way. I was raised the same way. Hold on. That's wrong, Pop. You right. Yeah. Kids can be right. Your children can be dead right and you can be dead wrong sometime. Absolutely. And kids got a right to voice their opinion about what's happening in the household and what's going on. Not to say you're gonna take what they say, but they should have a voice. They live here. They don't pay for a gosh darn thing, but they live here. They don't pay. I say they don't pay for a gosh darn thing. They don't pay for a gosh darn thing. Nothing. Medium Buddha got a job, still getting money from us, but it is what it is. Cash writes, my daughter had the same issue with a substitute. The sub got let go and the principal applauded my daughter for setting up for herself and her peers. Right is right, wrong is wrong. Teachers can treat these kids any kind of way, at least not mine. I've dealt with it. I've dealt with it with a black teacher, a black male teacher. Had to check his ass. And it was not good. It was not good. You know what I'm saying? It was not good at all. But I just feel like, and again, I work with children. Me. Of all the people in the world to work with children, I work with children firsthand. And I found the patience to treat these children with the respect that they deserve. And if I can do it, anybody can do it. Anybody can do it. I don't expect nothing less. Just because you're a teacher or administrator, you can't disrespect no children like that or bring your personal life to work. You got to check that, homie. You got to check that. It might be hard. You having a hard day. Don't come to work that day. You know what I'm saying? You having a hard day, do whatever you got to do. But you don't take it out on the children. Sheila writes, yes, I raised my children the same way. Right is right, wrong is wrong. I'm not going to let them believe a lie. Absolutely. That's why I never lied to my children. I know God's darn Santa Claus and none of this fake shit. I don't do none of that because it's not true. You know what I'm saying? My son and daughter have never known about Santa Claus. This is a big joke to us. Nah, wink, wink. Yeah, your classmates believe in it, but it ain't true. They're looking at me like, yeah, my dad keeps it real with me. I'm like, shit, that's right. Pops keeps it real with you. We talking about parents and children. Listen, this could be an opportunity for you to do something special for the mother in your life. And this week is tough. I'm gonna be honest with you, because I lost Chairman Mom. My brothers and my sisters and I, we lost our mother last year. It's so difficult. I was standing there, and when she expired. I mean, it's just so difficult, such a hard thing. And I didn't think about it until we started this promotion. I think I take this very seriously, y'all, very seriously. Like, if you don't get nothing else out of today's show, make sure you tell the people that's close to you how much you care about them today. Don't wait. Tomorrow is not promised. So this could be something really special for the mother in your life. It could be your mother or your mother-in-law, or maybe the woman that blessed you with children, and that is a blessing. She blessed you. She gave her body as a vessel to bring your children into the world. And this is going to be a great event. Hit the link and get all the deets on the menu. They got a little bit of everything for everybody. $5 mimosas. Tickets are $50. You can buy the tickets at Wing Champs. You can also buy the tickets at the Eventbrite page as well. And the chef is Liz Rogers, one of the best chefs in the tri-state area. You know, she got you taken care of. Live performance by Just Vince. All you can eat. It's Mother's Day that's coming up May the 8th. And it starts at 11 a.m. from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. So I know you want to do something special for the mother in your life. They got you covered. All you got to do is, if you want to get a gift or maybe you want to get a card on top of it, they got everything else covered. This will be a unique experience. And life is all about experiences, right? All right, that's what money is for you to experience life. So hit the link and check out the menu, check out the details, and you're going to thank me later. No doubt about it. It's at the Above and Beyond Planning and Event Center. Now, that's out in Sharonville. If you live in the Cincinnati area, then you've heard you know where Sharonville is. And the good thing about Cincinnati is, I mean, you can get to anywhere in Cincinnati in 20 minutes, 25 minutes at the most. You can leave Cincinnati in 25 minutes because you can get to the airport in 25 minutes from most places in Cincinnati. Just hit 71, indoor 75. You'll be at the airport in minutes from the suburbs even. So check it out. All right. All right, all this talking, man, and we got Daryl on the line. Let's go straight to the phone. Say good morning, Daryl, and thank you for holding, brother. I appreciate you. Good morning. Hold on one second, Daryl. Hold on. I want to plug you back into the masses. All right, one more time, Daryl. You still there?
Yeah, I'm still there.
Okay, now we can hear you. I didn't have you plugged in properly. Good morning, brother.
No, I was just going to say, yeah, good morning. No problem. You just flowing and giving out information. I was going to ask you about the CPS. I guess it's the auto dialer thing that they use that gives texts. I wonder if they have a way of how I want to say it, like you know how you can level up severity with urgent messages, because that, to me, I mean, yeah, that's something you want to communicate, but the way you reacted, and I'm sure other parents reacted, I don't think you want to send that on a high priority type message thinking something happened. That's kind of, they need to work on that. I mean, you can make that announcement some other way without, you know, because people, you know, you see that, like you said, you saw that message, I got to take it. I'm imagining people in the middle of work or in a meeting or something. Oh, I got to take this call.
Yeah, you got to take that
call. And then
they
kind of find out it's just, and then when you take it, it's just, we're announcing our new superintendent. I mean, that's that one size fits all approach. They could do better with that.
Well, you know what it was, Daryl? You know what it was? It's the timing of it. So typically it's not uncommon for them to send them out in the afternoon. You kind of get used to that, but it's the timing of it. It's right in the morning. So I'm thinking, it must be an emergency situation. That's what got me.
Right. Well, I'm just saying it got you. It probably got other people.
Oh yeah. Too. I wouldn't doubt it.
So I guess, you know, the way they look at it is, well, we're keeping you informed, but sometimes, you know, I don't know, whoever's in their IT department, they could do a little better with that. The thing I was going to get to is the young lady and losing her scholarship. And did she get expelled? Is that?
I don't think.
Is that fact?
I don't think she did. I don't think she did. I think that social media ran with it, but I don't think she was expelled or lost her scholarship.
Okay.
I have not been able to find any evidence that would back that up.
So we don't know.
So we don't know.
We don't know for sure if anything. Okay. Let's suppose that something did happen. What I was saying in the chat is, with your children, you got to read. I mean, when you get a scholarship, anything like that, you got to read the fine print, because that's basically all it is a contract that we're going to provide funds for you to attend the school based on your scholastic and community interaction, all those things in order to get that scholarship. But I guarantee you there's a fine line in there that says something about conduct detrimental. And just people that's why I get on the parents, and maybe the parents went around, there was some cousins and stuff. But like you said, it's different than when I went to high school. We didn't have social media, but you have to recognize that social media and posting I don't get the posting every damn thing, but that's what they do. But that stuff is out there forever. I mean, hell, our adult politicians don't even understand that. So when it's out there forever, and you're given in the context of you're getting money from a university or you earned a scholarship, and then they have the out clause, conduct detrimental, and you do something against that code of conduct, they can snatch the money. So all I'm saying is, yeah, you having fun, but is it worth it? At the end of the day, is it worth it? You going to prom, have a nice time at prom, but don't try to be cute and controversial by like, yeah, look at me, that whole look at me thing. I mean, all you doing is costing yourself, financially.
Mhm.
And I mean, at the end of the day, it's not even worth it. Not for 5 minutes of fun to post on and have everybody comment, because everybody's going to comment and give you likes and say, ooh, that's good, this, that, and the other. But when that damn college bill comes, ain't no money there to pay for it. So you just got to weigh your actions against the ramifications of what could happen. So in a sense, if they did snatch her thing, and then that goes back to what Kevin said about what he said earlier about if she was expelled, then that's the next the next action is the school could revoke their scholarship from her. But we don't know if that's true. It's just a cautionary tale. Just watch what you post, people. Watch and encourage your young adults. Watch what they post on social media, because you can't get rid of that stuff. The internet basically is forever. People will dig up stuff. Here you are. I mean, it happened to a journalist that was up for Teen Vogue. They digged up some stuff from her. This is a black lady. They digged up some stuff from her on way back when she was 17 years old, when she said something about Asians. Guess what? It cost her job.
Wow.
So that's what I'm saying. Just be aware of that.
At 17?
So that's my service announcement to the Chop Shop.
Right.
Take care, Nate.
All right. Take care, dear. Appreciate you. That's 17. That's crazy, man. But that's what'll happen. That's what'll happen. Hey, listen, folks, I got to make a move. It's 9:34 a.m. Typically, we go up till closer to 10 a.m., but I got to make a move this morning. I really appreciate you for being here. Again, Mother's Day, all you can eat Southern swank. Mother's Day, do something different. Provide an experience for the mother in your life. Tickets are $50. Check out the link. Hit the link, check out the description, and check out the full menu of what they are offering. They even got some veggie items on the menu as well for people that are plant-based. Just Vince will be providing the live performance. Again, 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. Liz Rogers is your chef. You can pick up tickets at Wing Champs, or you can also register online. She got you covered. Have an excellent rest of your day, family. I really appreciate you as we get the week started off. I plan to be back with you tomorrow as well, bright and early at 8 a.m. Enjoy the rest of your day, and we'll talk real soon.
Yeah. Talking to my mirror like I love you so much. Curving on my critics like I heard you.